What's up, everybody? This is Mike here at Rogue Comics, and my brain is like fried completely and totally. There's like at least three. When I was watching the countdown, there was at least three. Actually, no, 1, 2, 3. There were 4 different times, and I had to coordinate everything. There's got to be a way to do this that's easier than this. That I don't have to be responsible so much, you know. That would be very nice. But it is April 8th, the second week of April, the second new comic book week of April. And these are the books that are going to be coming out tomorrow, that are dropping tomorrow here in my store. This is what I'm going to have here. Now, if you are not local, if you happen to be somewhere else in this tremendously huge world that we live on, then your mileage may vary, but hopefully they'll have some approximation of what I got, because I'm not that big at all. So if you're going to a big store, then they better have all of this stuff and more, because there's some covers I just I saw and I'm like, nah, it's okay. Would I feel comfortable having that on my shelf? No. So I don't order it. But if somebody wants it, I'll get it for them, but they gotta let me know in advance, for the FOC. Anyways, here we go. As always, we start with DC, and this week we have Absolute Green Lantern issue number 13. Janoy Lindsay did this cover right here, and I don't think I got any of the variants. Let's see. No, I did not. Okay. So we went from Green Lantern to Absolute Superman. This is a second printing for issue number 15, for those of you that missed it the first time. And let me tell you, Juan Ferreira's art in here is phenomenal. Now, nothing against Sandoval. I do like Sandoval. But for those moments, like if they ever wanted to switch up and maybe give Sandoval, an arc off or something, then definitely get Juan to do it, because for these 2 issues, phenomenal. It was this one and this one here. And I can't stand Hawkman. Like, I don't... Neither of the Hawks. I tolerate Hawkgirl because... Hawkgirl. But I don't like... I don't know why. I don't know what it is about the character. It's just... It doesn't appeal to me. But these 2 issues... were good. And Aaron's okay as a writer, but it was definitely Juan's art that did it for me, to me, and all of that good stuff. Next we have Absolute Wonder Woman issue number 16, which is the first full appearance, I guess, of Absolute Zatanna. And there's this cover, which is the second printing of Hayden Sherman's art, but, and I ordered heavy on this, Mark Brooks did this second printing variant. And this, obviously, it's a thumbnail, so you know what I think of it. Because there were quite a few contenders this week, as always, for the thumbnail. And the majority of them were Marvel. But this one stood out, so I grabbed it, and there it is. I like Mark anyway. He is the second biggest Rogue fan that I know, behind myself. And he's the one with all the talent. I have none, so I am an appreciator. Here we have Bleeding Cools number 3. For those of you that have read this, know the art and the story. Dennis Camp. The Fury of Firestorm number 1. Now, thankfully, it says right here in the file listing, 1 of 6. So that means that this is a 6-issue miniseries. And I know people are dragging this because there are people that are keeping track of which or how many days it's been since DC had an actual character, or book rather, with a black character in the lead. And this is one of the ones that people were bringing up, is like, well, why are you doing Firestorm, and what are you doing this for, and what are you doing that? It's only 6 issues. It's a miniseries. And I gotta tell you, I read the first 3, And, well, you know what? I'm not going to say anything until we get there. So look for what I have to say next month in issue number 2. That's all I'm going to say. If you're familiar with Firestorm, if you ever read Firestorm, whether it's Ronnie, whatever, whomever it might be, there are things to be said, and I will wait until then to say them. Here we have Green Lantern Corps number 15, Fernando Passarin. And it looks like John is now Parallax. And Guy is crying? We'll have to see what happens there. But I do like Fernando's art, and I'm glad he's doing it. And here is the Rian Gonzalez variant cover featuring Kilowog. Sirens Love Hurts number 3. This is the penultimate issue of this 4-issue miniseries. And this is the Babs Tarr cover. She does the interior art also. Sorry about that. Sometimes my mic dips. I don't know why. I haven't touched any wires, so it can't be that. But there's a reason, whatever that may be. But this is Supergirl issue number 12. And it's both written and drawn by Sophie Campbell. And that, to me, is a good thing. So keep doing that, please. Please. Here is Nick Dragata, cardstock variant. And then there's this Pablo Villalobos, cardstock variant also. And lastly, this Joshua Sway Swaby, cardstock variant. And believe it or not, that's it for the books. There is an Action Comics coming out, as well as an Emperor Aquaman. But for some reason, the distributor decided they weren't going to include them in this shipment, so I should be getting them maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. Who knows? But they are on their way. But while that might be the end of the comics, there's also this compact comic edition of Batman The Dark Knight Returns. For those of you that can't wait for the rest of the facsimiles to come out, I believe there's only 2 left, 3 and 4. But if you can't wait, here you go. There's this one, and then there's also Flash Rebirth, written by Jeff Johns and Francis Manapul, with art by Ethan Van Sciver and Francis. And that is it for DC this week. Over in the MCU, got a couple things, a few things, maybe about 42 things. This is Amazing Spider-Man. I can tell you the cover here is by Ryan Stegman, but I do not know the interiors specifications. You know what? I'm not going to say that. I got the app. Just do the app, man. Like, why do you do that every week? You got an app that is filled with tons of information, and you act like you don't have it or access to it. So just freaking do it, Uh-oh. Maybe I don't. My phone's been acting weird. Actually, every electrical device in my vicinity at one time or another has acted weird. Here we go. Amazing Spider-Man number 26. Joe Kelly and Francesco Manna, as well as Ed McGuinness. So I'm assuming there are 2 ways that they're telling this story. So we'll go with that. Up next is Iban Coelho 9-part connecting variant for Amazing Spider-Man number 26. I do like this Mary Jane rendition. Then we have this R.B. Silva Ultimate Farewell variant in more ways than one. Here is the Lee Bermejo Amazing Visions variant. I do not know which part this is. I apologize. Here's the David Nakayama color block white variant. You know what? I'm realizing why I'm tired. It's because I haven't had any energy drink. But this is Spider-Gwen, obviously. You see right there. Oh boy, that's good. For those of you that missed it the first time around, here is the second printing of the Death Spiral #1 issue. This cover here is by Cafu, C-A-F-U. You sound it out. Up next we have Black Cat #9. Now I gotta say, there were only a couple of variants for this, but I was displeased because usually they do some really good variants, and these are okay, especially the one I'm about to show you next, but I expected a little bit better. You know, you got this Adam Hughes cover right here, and that's good. That's good. Then you also have this Chris Anka cover, which came very close to being the thumbnail, but it was not to be. And then we have this Pere Perez Ultimate Farewell variant. And those of you that did read the Ultimate Spider-Man know that that is Black Cat right there. Iron Man issue #4 is up next. And there is this cover, which is the A cover. And then we have this Scotty Young 4-part connecting variant. So that means that this is the final of the 4 parts. And that was it. That's all I got for Iron Man. Here we have Null, #4. Oh, I apologize. I did go to Marvel, I swear on everything that I did to find out what this Todd Nauck cover looks like, but I just forgot to get it. This is the Foreshadow variant, and I wish I could tell you what it looks like, but I can't. But we'll move on to Moonstar #2. And this might be Rod Reyes. I see signature near the arm. Well, the oh my god. Armpit. Thank you. The armpit of that creature there. But I can't read it. I don't see... No, maybe that's not Rod Reyes. That might be Herman Peralta? Maybe? Perhaps? You know what? Jesus Christ. Eventually I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn, and I'm going to remember that I don't have to sit here and try to decipher this shit. It's like literally on this app. It is Herman. Yes. Okay. It is Peralta. And while I'm here, Ashley Allen does the writing, and Eduardo Aldino handles the art. There's also this Nimit Malavia variant cover, as well as this Jenny Frison cover, which came really close. Even closer, I think, than the Black Cat. Because I do like the Black Cat cover, but Jenny's my girl, so, you know, but it was not to be. It was not to be. And I regret nothing. Actually, I regret that I can't get 4. Like, maybe I could do it like Chill does, where he has like 4 things on there or 3 things on there, but it would diminish. I want you guys to see the art, like, full, like, you know, for those of you that get big thumbnails as opposed to the very teeny tiny ones. But this here is Mortal Thor #9, and this is the penultimate issue, featuring Mr. Radioactive Man, Al Ewing, Pasquale Ferry, handling the writing and the art, and Alex Ross did the cover right there. Ms. Marvel #20 facsimile edition is right here. And why is it not on here? Oh, there we go. I can tell you that the one reason, well, actually there's 2. The reasons that I ordered this was Chris Claremont and Dave Cockrum. And that's it. Now, apparently this is the iconic costume appearance of Ms. Marvel's black and yellow costume which doesn't matter because it doesn't exist anymore. But, you know, they decided, hey, we got to fill something in, so let's reprint Ms. Marvel number 20. And, I mean, anytime you get a Chris Claremont story, why not? You know? Except for one that's coming out in the next 2 months. That really doesn't need to be said. Psylocke Ninja number 4 is right here with Derek Chu cover art, as well as the CF Villa Psylocke variant. I don't know why it's called that. I mean, what else would it be? It is Psylocke, you know, I guess. Here we have the In-Hyuk Lee versus Elektra variant, who also, if the cover is to be believed, is also featured in this issue. Then we have this John Tyler Christopher negative space second printing variant for Punisher number 1. Here we have Psy Dimensional Rivals number 4. Star Wars Shadow of Maul number 2. And those of you that might have seen the first 2 episodes, how was it? I have not seen it yet. Come close, but haven't done it yet. And then there's also this, now I don't know if this is the artist name, AKA, or if it's AKA Headshot version variant, but that's what this is. And then there is this 1 in 10 photo variant. Who this is, I do not know. I'm sure he's going to be in the show. So if you want to know, check it out. The End, 2099, number 5. So could that be, could that mean, I think it might. You know what? Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Oops. Come on. Now my phone's, see, my phone's not opening. Here we go. We have, okay, it's not under the, why is it under, it's like right after Black Cat and before Iron Man. Like, that makes no sense. It's called The End. Look at this. What is going on here? I wish you could see what's going on. I wish I could get you. Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, there we go. Don't miss out as the fate of 2099 is decided once and for all in this epic series finale. Oh my god, so this issue is going to determine what happens to the year 2099? We might not have a year 2099? That's crazy. Steve Orlando does the writing, and Ibram Roberson, as well as Gabriel Guzman and Daniel Picciotto. Picciotto. I don't know. And the cover art was by David Marquez. Uncanny X-Men is right here. Issue number 26. And there are some variants. A couple of them. Actually, one of them. That would have been the thumbnail. Here's a David Baldeon variant. And here is a, I guess it's AKA or Aka Rogue variant. This came close. Came close. And then there's this one here. This is a Marvel Rivals variant. Y'all don't need to know. It's a wraparound variant. So there's something on the other side. Actually, technically, there isn't anything on the other side. At least anything worth discussing. So we'll just leave it here. With Rogue sitting, having a picnic by herself. There is also an Uncanny X-Men Annual, number 1. We got this cover, Marquez. Yeah, David Marquez. And then we have this B cover, Ken Lashley. Right there. Kind of partial to this one. Simple, you know? And second to last, the penultimate book for this week is Web of Venom. Now, I know who it is. I can tell you who it is, but I'm not going to do that. But I don't know why. not why who it is, why this book exists. I mean, I know, trust me, there are symbiote fans out there. I just am not one of them, and that's okay. But this is the #1, so I do expect this to sell well because people love their #1s, so get it while it lasts. That's all I gotta say about that. I will have a couple of variants on the way. In fact, there's this one here, Adam Gorham, homage variant. And then there's this Juan Ferreira foil variant. Now, this wasn't on Marvel's website, as you can tell, because the final cover may vary. Text is on the bottom there. Now, originally, when I do have that, when I do see that, you know how much that irks me, so I got to replace it and get the final cover, but there was no final cover there to be had. Now, that would lead me to believe that they potentially canceled this particular variant. And to be honest with you, I can't remember, because I got the books on Friday, so I don't remember if I had this. But I will tell you that according to my invoice, I paid for this, so it should be there. It better be there, hopefully. And then we have this Peach Momoko, because I believe this is the first, not counting Sai, because Sai is a book that Peach does also. But this is the first Peach variant for this week. There's always got to be one. We already got Scotty, so here's Peach. And then, speaking of Scotty, look at that. Web of Venom #1 Scotty Young variant. And then we have a Luciano Vecchio design variant. And this is a 1 in 10. And last but not least, we have this Wolverine #18 Dan Panosian, cover A. There's also this Phil Noto April Fool's Day variant, as well as this David Nakayama color block white variant. I mean, technically there is black on there, but, you know, whatever, man. Oh, look who's here. Hopefully he's not anymore. Why is it not showing up? Oh, maybe because it doesn't want to be subjected to nonsense. That's weird. There's a reason. There's a reason things happen, and clearly that's one of them. So we'll just leave that there. Okay, now, I had nothing to do with this. This is an actual comic book cover. Okay? This is an actual, not just, let me rephrase that. And why is it first? What is, okay, whatever. This is Godzilla's Monsterpiece Theater presents Romeo and Juliet and Godzilla. This is an actual thing. This is an actual thing that was printed. This is an actual thing that was printed and shipped to comic book stores. I haven't read it, but you know what? I'm here for it. IDW used to do some crazy batshit things back in the day. Things like this. And this right here is an homage to the When Harry Met Sally movie poster. This cover here is by Beals. Now hopefully the other two covers, because there are 3 covers total for this particular book. This is cover C. I don't know why this is first. But then here, this is the A cover. And yes, it does say on there also Godzilla and Robin Hood. So, yeah, there you go. And then here's the B cover. This one is drawn by Peacock. Not the streaming service, I'm sure. Here we have Hello Darkness number 20. This is a cover by Jenny Frison. Remember what I said about her earlier? Like, I mean that. Like, you know? Jenny's awesome. And then we have Muppets Noir, number 2. This cover is cover A by Roger Langridge. Oh, Langridge? Langridge. And then this awesome Jay Lee variant featuring Beaker. Getting shocked, I'm sure. Up next, we have Neighborhood Watch number 1. Now, this is Sarah Bailey did the writing, and Haining did the art. And Haining is the reason that I bought this issue. There are 2 covers. Actually, there are more than 2, but I only got 2. There's this one, which is the A cover. And then there is this one, which is a glow-in-the-dark flashlight variant, is what they're calling it. And this one is by Jenny Frison. You see? See what I'm saying? I back it up. Don't just say, oh yeah, no, that's my girl, I'm going to support them. I do. It's important in this day and age, man. Something is Killing the Children, number 46. Now, I had a customer come in asking me about this book, and I said, you know what? Nobody buys it. And they really don't. But I continue to order it because I want them to. Like they should, you know? So we'll try it. I ordered this. We'll see what happens. And then last but not least, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, number 17. Freddie Williams, the 2nd. Although I thought he was the 3rd. But the file name does say Freddie Williams 2nd. Let's see. His name is on the bottom. Yeah, 2nds. Okay. Freddie Williams the 2nd. Cover A. And then we have this cover B by Eastman. And I'm going to say Bishop. Yes. And then this C cover by Mark Spears. Not bad. I like it. And then this D cover by Lee. Which Lee is this? I don't know. In the sea of Lees that happen to be employed in the comic book industry, I don't know who this... I would like to say Jay Lee. I mean, because it doesn't look like Jim Lee. And it's definitely not Stan Lee. So, maybe it's Jay. But maybe it might not be. Who knows? You know what? Who knows? I know. Why do you do this? Here we go. We're going to find out which Lee it is. It is, oh, see? It is Sue Lee. Sue Lee. So there. Now you know. And knowing is half the battle. And last but not least, this is the 1 in 10 Ben Bishop version variant. There. Actually, technically, it's not just Ben Bishop, it's Eastman, because Eastman did it. And I think Bishop was just the inker. So we'll go with that, you know? And that's it. That's it, my friends. That is it for this week in New Comics. Some good stuff. Pretty sizable week. I mean, as far as definitely Marvel. Most of DC, it seems, were second printings or books that didn't yet ship. Either or, you know? And as I always say on this page, on this screen here, if you happen to be a local customer and you're watching me and you saw something, then by all means say something. Let me know. Get in touch with me. I would be more than happy to hold it aside for you. I say this every week. And I still get people coming in like, oh, you sold out? I'm like, dude, like there are times I sell out like right after the broadcast. So get it in. Ask me. I would definitely do it. No problems whatsoever. Okay? If you happen to not be local, and let's say you don't have a comic book store around you, or the one that is around you run by Dick's, and you want to get some of this stuff, get in touch with me, and we can work something out, and I can get these in your grubby little hands. Just go to direct.me/rowcomics. That's all the links. All the linkage is there. Buttons. All you gotta do is press a button. It'll bring you to whichever deplorable social media you participate in. Just go there. Send me a message, DM, PM, message. I don't know what other ways of doing it. Just do it, and we can talk. And we will get that to you. Or if you choose to do the old-fashioned way, you can go to Rogue Comics CT on Facebook, or Rogue Comics on Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok, and hit me up that way. So that is it, my friends. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching on the replay. Thank you for the like. And as always, have a great New Comic Book Day. And I will hopefully see you next week.